is just having a rough go of it. I don't know how to interpret all this yet, but I'm sure it is. But okay, so now there's just a therapist coming to see him. Hi, Rand, do you like violins? Do you want to see me sing 9 inch nails with each one of my eyelids? Like, okay.
Hi, Ren. Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
No, I want to hear what she just said, because I love how that negative feedback loop, it's like, let me see the whole context of what she's saying, because I got something
Hi,
on that.
Ren. Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
His mind is making him sick because he's in this feedback loop, feeding his own trauma to himself, playing out his entire experience and over hyper focusing on it, kind of, getting this depression from that negative energy, completely embodying who he is as a person, how he's responding to it over and over again in his head. So now when someone else talks to him, now he's responding to him like someone that just listened to trauma for years on end. And so this is a concept. Let me let him work. But you know what they'll still give a sick person is some coffee. Some coffee and those cigarettes, man. Oh, you know what shouldn't be for paranoid schizophrenics like this. Coffee and those cigarette tastes. That's a negative feedback loop.
Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
Hold on. We gotta.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that thick boy, anabolic steroids, them cell, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show, derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground, I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound, I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Is this all making sense, Ren?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I can't really think.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away.
Before we break into the childhood too, let's break up what just happened. This is a whole onslaught of concepts, just one after another. Okay, let them work.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that thick boy, anabolic steroids, them cell, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show, derealization.
So okay. Oof. All right. So having his whole breakdown doctors are feeding him something that in the short term will give him some relief from the symptoms, or like, you know, some coffee. It'll get you up. But the crash is coming, you know what I mean? The flood is coming. If you keep on putting this water behind a dam that you didn't need to dam the river up in the first place, you know what I mean? This whole let me
medical patient losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration. Drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Is this on me?
Look, the floods came. Okay, looking for a way out, always seems to drown. He's screaming for help, doesn't make a sound. Okay, his cries for help, he's telling to the doctor right now. She's not listening. She's giving him, she's playing victim to someone who sort of only sees a crazy person talking crazy, something they didn't grow up with, the trauma they did. Literally, it's the trauma, the trauma response that's keeping them in this state of fear, keeping them in this state of paranoia, keeping them in this state of dehydration, sleep deprivation, all these things. You make quick decisions. Sleep deprivation. You don't think things through. You're just so one-track minded, coming out of a space of darkness that you're trying to grasp onto any light you can. Coffee, some cigarettes, some medicine that the doctor has given you and tells you these are good for you, just because she doesn't realize this man really needs some water. Needs some water. Okay.
Not making sense, Rand.
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I
You need
propose
to
we
be
do is we
blessed
try to pinpoint the
by the
exact
Spirit of the Lord. And so this is the whole concept. The lady here is playing
sense, Rand.
Yeah, I think so.
old
Good.
dude over
What
here.
I propose we do is we try to
Okay.
pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck.
She is
What
now
can you
the
tell me about your
catalyst.
childhood?
I can't really think.
She's now the okay, well, this devil person is now the catalyst of him furthering his escape from darkness into further confusion through feeding him false medicine. Okay, so there's only so much that someone in their ignorant mind on the doctor's end can do if they're not actually conscious of what they're doing. But it's like, you have to understand there's a system at large that put these coffee and cigarette tastes they'll put the liquor store right next to the library, right next to the to the gun store. You know, it's the whole point of America. You decide if you want to play either path. You know, it's not a tyrannical government where they're keeping the enemy or keeping you from having the right of choice. But now you have to live in a world where these consequences from being perpetually put in a world of negative choices and no way out. What does that look like when someone is just grasping on, just asking questions to a doctor, just trying to find a way out of here, and the doctor's just slapping your face, talking about snipping up that upper lip. What you crying about? You got me. Haley, I know you miss your mom, and I know you miss your dad when I'm gone, but I'm trying to give you the life that you never had.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away. What I'd like you to do is take some deep breaths with me. In
That up a little.
and out. So tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we come in. I'm not sick, we are sick. We are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus. You're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy, looking for a fix, boy. Push it down and come.
Ooh. So how a man has a right to be crazy, okay? Because you might just be the crazy one, okay? You know, aliens come down, they see some people, you know, kissing their dog in the mouth, you know, dog running out, you know, they picking up after the dog, cleaning up all the, walking the dog, but they don't take care of their own kids. They pass that off to the nanny, you know. The aliens might come and snatch up the dog. That might be the smart one. He got you acting like you're his pet. So it's about perception. It's about the game, okay? That's a thing like with cats. Like cats, just because you come and feed it, it thinks he got you tricked, that you its pet. This psychology is the brain work of someone in a different perspective completely, with not even your same language to communicate with you with. Whether you speak both English or not, the words that he is saying, the definition of those words aren't being relayed properly to this woman. See how the body language is completely different. See how this woman is sitting here listening to a man cry for help, and she can only be locked in the matrix of perfect posture. Make sure I'm not feeding into this trauma response by like, you know how doctors just real stiff want to give you the news and kind of not play too into emotion, because they know like we're so emotionally reactive when we're right here. So if you wanna question,
We come in, I'm not sick, we are sick. We are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus. You're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy, looking for a fix, boy. Push it down in public, quick pose for the big boy. Record label meetings that commodify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? No.
and then so he has now people who see this art, who see this pain being relayed through this image that he's portraying as Ren. This is his stage name is Ren. It's one word. Ren. His artist that he created through his music is now the embodiment of his pain that he is dancing out, playing out in live action. And that pain can be relived on and on forever. It's recording. And we, so ignorant in our own kind of locked in the darkness of the perception, you know, you're lost in your own perception of trying to find what's truly yours, what's truly the truth, what truly is the light. And you see someone here who created light out of a place of darkness through his own questioning and explanation of who he is as a person. You know, the art itself is giving guidance. It's giving it's a whole look. I mean, it's like kind of the satirical setup of you know, a Saw movie, but you're getting so much in the lesson itself. The moral of the story is the people that are writing the news stories about you, they're not coming from your perspective. They see you as maybe an enemy of progress. They see you maybe as someone who deserves to be shamed, who is a crazy person, who is just walking around without any knowledge to what they're not hip to their hop at all. They have no knowledge to their movement. But we, as the reporters, think we have a right to now have our opinion be fact, on this man's reality, but our words, again, are only symbols of reality, not reality themselves. So we cannot perceive reality based off of the symbol, based off of the art. We need to perceive his whole name. I don't know his whole name, but Ren itself. Ren, the one name word, that is not him. America is a sound. It's just a word. It's a concept. It is just what we perceive the world to be. The world is going on, but it is not the earth. The earth is the physical, and the world is going on around and surrounding all that we play into these verbal rules and hierarchies that we set up and we create. And we get lost in.
Things that come modify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants and we do what we're told. Counterintelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And we bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And I'm bleeding myself, I'm bleeding my brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same. Will remain, and I'm bleeding myself, I'm bleeding my brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same.
He now has, when you're locked in a cycle, now he's the catalyst to all of the pain around him, the trauma. It's circulating in his brain. It's circulating in every action he does, because look at his environment. Look at what he's locked into. I know there's asbestos just everywhere. I can see it. But it was all playing a role. This is all playing a role in so like the environment that you're birthed out of, or even your second birth, your second enlightenment, your enlightenment coming to light of actually knowledge of light, even after you've gotten out of the darkness. It's kind of why, that's the parallel, that's the allegory of that enlightenment, that rebirth. Now you're moving completely different. Your 25-year-old self is an angel to your 35-year-old self. And now your 35-year-old self, in your perception as your 25-year-old self, can also be an angel to you at 25. This is all KRS-One, the KRS-One, the gospel of hip hop. You have to understand that the perception of who you want to be, you can start dressing like him, start talking like him. You can be anything you want to be in, the Matrix. But, you can write anything you want to in history. And sometimes it'll be a little weird, but it'll have a message. And that's what you have to focus on, okay? It's just that one love. Come on.